Why is human capital management important for your Wisconsin-based 50 to 500 employee count company? Bogged down by outdated processes? Trying to scale with disjointed or non-existent systems? Has the recent pandemic exposed admin processes that need better technology behind them? When is the right time or company size to invest in human capital management technology? From the home base in Brookfield, Wisconsin, welcome to the latest episode of Insight, Connect, and Simplify. Roger here, human capital management consultant with the Benefit Companies. And today, the focus is on Wisconsin companies in the 50 to 500 employee range and the administrative processes they use to manage human resources, time labor management, payroll, as well as retirement plans and employee benefits. I know that is specific, but allow me to elaborate. The Wisconsin part should be obvious. We focus on our home state, but be clear, we work nationwide and have clients coast to coast. Why company size 50 to 500? Well, there's a couple layers to that. We have found that as companies climb in employee count, the less time the company leaders have to dedicate to admin. They begin to outsource by hiring human resource professionals as needed. Usually when the employee count hits the 50 to 75 mark, the company will hire an HR pro as a full-time employee. And when the count crosses 100, most have a full-time HR and then maybe additional employees in support. When companies are going through those changes, the opportunity to hire a human capital management provider becomes a strategy to become efficient and allow for more growth. Another reason we focus on Wisconsin 50 to 500 is the human capital management market is now more affordable than ever for these size companies. When human capital management became a thing, it was cost prohibitive to smaller companies, not anymore. And as a company, we have the technology to be big enough to handle larger employee count companies while being small enough to care. So, Wisconsin-based companies with employee counts of 50 to 500, give or take as we work with smaller and bigger companies too, here are a few signs that you should consider human capital management as an important next step in your company's growth plan. You're growing, but your systems haven't. As your employee count goes up, your admin processes and systems should be able to adapt to the increased volume and complexity of the data in play. An HCM system automates the employee life cycle from hire to retire, minimizing manual steps and reporting. Cloud-based HCM systems allow access from anywhere, not just the office. Real-time reports give decision makers the data needed to adjust and react to the market and production schedules. Efficiency goes up and stress goes down. Another sign, admin tasks are becoming more of your week, leaving less time for your people. Routine, repetitive work should not be the majority of an HR employee's workload, and fixing errors in that routine, repetitive work now becomes a priority or crisis that interrupts the company objectives. Automate the routine, repetitive tasks to reduce manual touches, errors, and increase productivity. Also, multiple logins, multiple calls, or both to move information with your vendors. How many logins and/or phone calls are involved in a simple change for an employee? For example, you give an employee a raise, or they change from a single to a family health plan. Either of these events involve HR, payroll, benefits, and potentially the retirement plan contribution. List the steps the HR person needs to go through to get all those systems updated. Or, in a cloud-based HCM system with HR, payroll, benefits, and retirement plan all integrated, it could be one sign-on with one change processed that updates across all of those processes. Or how about this one? The whiteboard of chaos. It's a personal favorite of mine. I heard this one at a conference. One attendee stated they tracked their PTO on a whiteboard. I had so many questions. And it's not their preferred method of tracking PTO, but it was what they had at the moment. Imagine if someone accidentally cleaned the board. Sounds like an audit nightmare waiting to happen. With an integrated cloud-based HCM system, there is no chance of losing the PTO data. Built to your PTO rules and accessible from anywhere, we have eliminated the whiteboard of chaos. A couple more thoughts on company size and timing. There is no perfect time, but when HR and payroll and then the addition of employee benefits and retirement plan processes are all with different vendors or handled in-house, there will be multiple manual steps for moving information. Vendors use different systems that rarely play well together. It may work, but it is hardly efficient. When the processes are taking up more and more time, it is time to automate. So if you're there and it's time to make a change, how do you choose an HCM partner and how do you get started? Here are a few thoughts on partners and getting started. There are too many HCM partners to count. Here are a few things to look for. What technology are they using? What processes do they offer? And how do they handle implementation, training, and service? At the benefit companies, our technology partner is industry leader UKG. UKG is the ultimate Kronos group, which was created when longtime timekeeper Kronos merged with software leader Ultimate Software. With UKG as our partner, we offer an HCM platform that handles human resources, time labor management, payroll, retirement plans, and employee benefits in one cloud-based system. We are not aware of another HCM partner that can integrate all 5 of these admin processes. Many do 2 or 3, but not all 5. Hire one of those partners and you still have the problem of integrating data with the outside vendor. Regarding training and service are customized to the client, and we do not use a phone queue. You have a specialist assigned to service your account who knows you and your company. Implementation is done on your schedule, and only when we have designed and tested the right solution for you. Want to bring us on for all 5 processes? Excellent. Let's determine in what order you want them, and let's talk about all the rules and features you want. One last thing. Cost. Think of your current budgeted costs for these 5 processes. Then think about all the savings and efficiencies you will realize with an integrated human capital management system. The return on investment on making the change will be eye-opening. Sure, we might cost more, or less, or be cost neutral, but the ROI is the difference maker, and you will get efficient, and that gives you time. Time to focus on growing your business even more. So, when is the right time or the right company size to invest in human capital management technology? For Wisconsin-based companies with employee counts of 50 to 500 employees, the time is today. Go to connectandsimplify.com to learn more. For those of you who like to research before you start a conversation. For those of you who like to talk first, call me at 262-278-8522. I have every confidence in myself and my teammates, all subject matter experts in their respective fields, to be able to educate you on the impact an HCM system will have on your company. Let's get you efficient. Thanks for listening. Be well. We appreciate you giving us a listen and learning more about the benefit companies. Find our podcast and everything you want to know about our trademarked human capital management platform, Connect and Simplify, at connectandsimplify.com. You can also find our podcast at Podbean, Pandora, Google Podcasts, Listen Notes, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Alexa. Thanks for listening.